My name is Muwada Nkonyenji, Member of Parliament, Chadondo County East. I'm also the Shadow Minister for Foreign Affairs, Parliament of Uganda. I'm addressing the press and the people of East Africa regarding the arrest and the repatriation of Uganda nationals from Kenya, including the recent disappearance from within Kenya of Colonel Kizza Besiege and another, who later surfaced in the hands of Uganda security forces. Whereas extradition proceedings are required before any person lawfully arrested in a foreign country is extradited to face trial in a requesting country. And in this case, international legal framework provides that when a person is suspected to have committed any criminal offense, a requesting country must commence legal proceedings against a person so wanted and secure the relevant warrant of arrest, which is then transmitted to another country with a request that that person be apprehended and returned to his or a particular country to face trial. When a receiving country receives such a request, that request is equally processed legally and judiciously. And in this case, we are told Colonel Besiege and another were in a region called Riverside. We would have expected Kenyan authorities to use the legal system of that particular area or courts of law, secure arrest warrants, and later such an arrest must be executed by security organs of that particular country. And when such a person is arrested, he must be brought before a court in the same area where he was arrested to face what we call extradition proceedings. And a person so arrested has a right to challenge the request from any country to have him extradited to face trial in that particular country. And in that case, we would have expected Colonel Besiege and his other colleague to have been arrested by Kenyan security forces if it were to be done lawfully, aligned before a Kenyan court of law, and also given an opportunity to challenge or defend himself against any extradition back to Uganda. Why we are arguing the case for extradition? Because Colonel Besiege, who was announced to have disappeared by his family and a host, later surfaced in the hands of Uganda security organs and aligned in a court martial, presupposing that he was detained to face trial in Uganda. Such an arrest, if done lawfully, must have extradition proceeding if someone is to be arrested to face trial in another country. This is concerning that several Uganda nationals are reported as missing from within Kenya in the recent months. And the same Uganda nationals who are normally reported missing later resurface, being aligned in Uganda courts of law to face criminal charges. And this has been consistently done without extradition proceedings in Kenya. Right, Colonel Besiege was widely reported in the media to have gone missing in Kenya, but days later surfaced in the hands of Uganda security forces and aligned in Uganda court martial. A few months ago, we had some youths belonging to FDC Katonga were detained and later charged in the same manner. This trend of arrest and disappearance of Uganda citizens in Kenya, plus the continued disregard of extradition proceedings, is concerning and compromises universal rights and security of persons within the East African community. I urge Kenyan government to observe the requisite norms of extradition for all persons upon a request by any state, including a request by Uganda, if any. Kenya and Uganda authorities must offer clarity on this development and assurances to citizens. As far as I know as a shadow minister, the East African Treaty and protocols retained borders between East African countries, including borders within Uganda and Kenya. What was waived is the requirement of paying for a visa, but you must receive clearance at every boundary or border entry. We are certain that Besiege must have been cleared at the boundaries and borders of Kenya, presupposing that Kenya is fully aware that Besiege was in Kenya. If he was reported missing and has now resurfaced in hands of Uganda security organs, you owe the people of Uganda and the people of Kenya clarity. How then could this have happened for someone who crossed formerly the boundaries of Uganda and Kenya, entered Kenya, now to resurface in hands of Uganda security organs without any record of extradition proceedings if he was actually wanted on criminal charges and offenses? Without preempting the trial and the proceedings, we are concerned that there were no extradition proceedings reported. And we want to task Uganda and Kenyan authorities to substantiate and offer an explanation to the people of East Africa as an assurance. Otherwise, Ugandans are now scared in Kenya, and Kenyans are scared of visiting Uganda. Equally, other nationals within the East African community have reservations and concerns. A while ago, as we were interrogating MPs from the Democratic Republic of Congo, they also raised the concerns that their constituents or their population has concerns over the East African community, whether it is a realistic framework to protect all nationals and citizens of East Africa. As the people of Uganda, we remain friends, and we like people of Kenya. We shall continue with good relations with the people of Kenya. We want those in power to substantiate their actions and omissions that are done in total disregard of the established legal framework. I want to thank you, but I've also received concerns from the Ugandan public. And we want to seek clarity and justification on how a one Muzungu border was deported from Uganda. We understand equally Ugandan authorities have started handpicking people who they think are not deserving in their own mind, but without following a proper legal procedure, and these people are deported, repatriated without following proper legal procedures. This is concerning, that equally other nationals are raising concerns. So we want to get answers on how a one Muzungu border was deported from Uganda or repatriated, what circumstances, what offense, because equally the Ugandan public is concerned that some people are being handpicked. I'm certain that many Ugandan nationals live within the country where the Muzungu border originated from. I don't want to mention it for now. But many Ugandan nationals are equally living happily in the same country where the Muzungu border was born and was deported. How do they justify that their national was deported without justification from Uganda? Now, this compromises the international safeguards and immigration safeguards for the people of Uganda, and we are concerned. I want to thank you, but we want clarity, clarity on the circumstances under which Ugandans are being reported missing in Kenya, and letters are facing in hands of Uganda security forces. Why is there total disregard for extradition proceedings if such individuals are actually and realistically wanted to face trial? The law is clear and has remained a constant. This is concerning, and we want to condemn it publicly.